Alright people, welcome to another one of the unpopular opinion. We are still in the topic meetings, and in the last two videos we have discussed, let me jump over here, we watched at the invitation procedure, we watched at these aspects here, partially or completely, but we watched at the relevant meetings, elements and participation, and now comes the last part, after the meeting. So the meeting comes to an end, and you should be asking yourself now, and we go back to this slide after the meeting. So, one point is, are there any relevant results of this meeting? Coming out of this meeting. Out after this meeting. Okay. And here is again the point, yes or no. This is this thing that you observe. How many meetings have you participated, or did you participate in, where there have been absolutely no outcomes? It was like a waste of time. One of those meaningless status meetings. Yes, we need status meetings, I understand, but we don't need as many of them. And if there is absolute no activity of the meeting, your result is, again, first of all, if there are actionables and you agree, fine, everything good. This is what we have. But what if there is no outcome? Well, then your action on this should be to not participate in the next meeting like that. Or you need to be vocal about these things. So silent frustration doesn't help anybody, but you go to the organizer and say, excuse me, can you send me a summary of the key takeaways of that meeting we had recently? That's what you can do. It's called meeting minutes. Yes, you can do that. And you can imagine that the person receiving such a mail is not happy about it. Or you could call the person. They will be not happy about it. And the other thing you can do, and that's also a possible way of no. So if it's also no here, never participate in these meetings ever again. Okay? So reject. In the future, you reject them. So the next week it might be a weekly meeting, you simply don't participate. And when then the people show up like this, let me show you, like this will be the outcome then, obviously. So let's do it like this. Let's add another arrow here, so they will be asking like, okay, what the heck, why do you reject my meeting? And then you simply refer to the better practices on how to do that. And here we don't really have a better practice. You get the idea. There should be relevant outcomes, and you can feel if there are relevant outcomes. Okay, and so that's why I want to add an arrow like this. This is your reaction then, and then you say no relevant outcomes. Okay, so, and also you can refer to that answer, because the people will be not able to answer you, or they will simply ignore your email. Refer to that email. Say, hey, I asked you last time to send me the takeaways, never happened, so I don't have time for that, sorry. It's very unpopular. If you do that, well, you are in for a fight. That's one thing to do it. And there's another aspect that I want to point out, and we just put it on this one slide. This is good enough. So, did all participants of the meeting take equal amounts of workload with them. So usually you have meetings with, let's say, let's copy another or insert a meeting image, stock images, meeting. Okay, there you have some people here. Alright, so let's have this one. Okay. So here you have a simple meeting picture. We put it a little bit bigger, like this. And then we put this in the back, like this. And then we need to make sure, yeah, this is fine, this is fine. So now look at this group of people here. They are holding a meeting, alright. In every meeting, you have one boss, one person who's giving the orders. We don't expect that person to take any activities with him. But this is a meeting of 5 people, so then you have like these 4 other people. So what is their job? Well, their job is to take tasks and work on them. And make sure that it's not you, the guy who takes all the tasks. So and I will put this here again with this bubble here. So there's one person like the shy person, usually like this one. And then we will say takes all tasks. Yeah, it takes 5 tasks. I hope you can read it. Like this. Takes 5 tasks. Then we have this guy, fancy dressed, fancy talk. Takes no tasks. Absolute nothing. He just has the good ideas. Takes no tasks. But has really good ideas. But has great ideas. So this is a talker who's not working. You know? And then you have some silent people who don't participate at all. Silently hope to get off lightly. That's these 2 guys here. They just sit there. Silently hope to get away with as little work as possible. That's a typical meeting. You all have been there. Observe after the meeting. Now then of course we have this guy over here. This woman here in this case gives orders. Gives orders. And then we just add another bubble. That's the boss. Okay, typically. Also standing, the other are sitting. Obviously this one appears to be the boss. That's okay. That's okay. The boss pays you. And for that reason he doesn't need to take tasks with him. Okay? So now we have a situation, and this can be you. This person here, highly motivated, sitting in the front row, direct contact, eye contact to the person. Yeah, you're doing a good job. You will be taking all the tasks as usual. Did a good job. And we have this people right here. This is something that is really annoying, happens as well. Talking a lot, takes no tasks whatsoever. Great job. You don't want to be that guy though. Okay, so here. Then you have these 2. You don't want to be that guy as well. Not doing anything. Sitting there, not doing. And the boss, that's nothing to be happy about. That's like maximum a yellow. Okay, that's not a green. I mean, you're giving out orders. How difficult is that? But so, if you have a meeting like this, make sure to first of all question. So if you end up in a situation like that, I want to add your bubble now. And then you can ask again, what is the contribution? You can say, excuse me. And always remain, obviously, remain in a proper tone. Excuse me. And then this guy is called Todd. Excuse me, Todd. What activities do you plan to work on? Now that's a very simple question, and you will not make yourself friends by asking that in a meeting, but that's what it is. Okay, so this is what you can do. Then you have these 2 guys, same story. Okay, you just do the same type of questioning. Unpopular but this is what it is. So don't talk to the boss and asking, oh, these others don't work. No, you're sitting right in the meeting, you're the guy taking 5 tasks. Next time you end up in that situation, you feel like, oh, I'm accumulating tasks here. But why? There are 4 people in that meeting, they should all accumulate tasks. But they don't. So in that case, either don't show up to these, reject these meetings straight up if they're not prepared properly. If you're the one taking the tasks, well, then you should consider also getting out of the company or getting out of these meeting structures like that. And it's your right to point out that it's not your job if 4 people of the workforce are in a meeting. It's not your job to take on all the tasks and the others are getting off lightly with nothing. Okay. Well, that's so much to the Unpopular meeting series. Thank you for watching, and I hope you can take this to your daily job and improve your meeting experience. There are more videos like that to come. Stay tuned and see you next time. Bye.